Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Piofiore, and we are just continuing where we left off in Gil's row, just kind of starting off chapter 5, so anyway. A week had passed since the meeting at the church, and I welcomed another morning at the Visconti Manor. I don't need breakfast. I have a mountain of things to do. I don't have time to eat. I can't do Oliver right now anyway. Oliver came to the lounge at breakfast, his eyes still on his documents as he spoke quickly about how busy he was. But Oliver, if you have so much to do, it's even more important that you replenish your energy. But if something were to happen to you, Gil would be in trouble. Please, for Gil's sake, if you can't eat anything, at least drink something. Aw, when Oliver looks at us with his happy face. Because he always looks kind of angry and distressed. Anyway, fine. Perhaps I could eat some roasted potatoes. Oh, hi, hello, roasted potatoes, yes. That's great! Let me go and tell the kitchen staff. I forgot Leo was with us! Are they related? They both have blonde hair and the same color eyes. Leo, oh my god, is Oliver your dad? Look, their eyes are like very similar color and they oh my god. There you go. You can't. Oh my god. Anyway. Guess Oliver's weak against her, too. I didn't expect to see that. Oh, Oliver's gonna beat you. Seriously? Like the purpley orange at the top and then the goldish color at the bottom? Look. I'm just saying. Leo laughed as Oliver glared at him, annoyed. Or your older brother? I mean, whatever. Oh, Leo, you shouldn't be such a picky eater. Finish up your meal. What are you talking about? You've left all your vegetables, haven't you? If you only eat meat and fish, your nutrition will be unbalanced. It's best to eat some vegetables, too. I know it's none of my business, though. Well, I am an adult. Okay, no. You just think you are, tousles his hair. I guess it's time for me to be able to eat all my vegetables. Really? Well, then you can do it, Leo. I'm rooting for you. I'm like everyone's mom right now. Okay. Gil was watching us with a smile. I looked back at him curiously. And what is it, Gil? Did something happen? Nothing. I was just thinking this was good. Huh? It's great you treat everyone the same. You don't shrink back from an intimidating guy like Oliver, and you can also look after a troublesome one like Leo. Oliver's like, I'm not intimidating. You have constant bitch face. It's not even resting. It's active bitch face. I love Oliver, though. Leo is exhausting. You were like that in Strano, too. And also with Luca. How about with you, Gil? Then would you say I act the same way toward you? Yeah, I'd say so. Is it okay? Or am I too much? I'm saying you're just right. Gil had the biggest smile as he said that, and I felt my heart jump. For me, I'd rather you be yourself around me instead of feeling nervous. So, you're okay with me being like this? Gil smiled in response. This time, I clearly felt my heart beating faster in response. Whether it's because you grew up at the church, or if you were just born this way, either way, I think it's a rare thing to be. Thank you. He gave me such praise that I couldn't help but blush and thank him. I'm just speaking my mind. Nothing to thank me for. Anyways, once breakfast is done, I was planning to go out again. Now I have to go to the Foul Zones today, too. Oh, today's the day you report to Dante? Poor fucking Leo. Like, I'm so excited. Like, yay, Leo's here. He's like, I have to go report to Dante. Hey, Leo, I have to go report to Dante. God, that's all fucking Leo has done. It's report to Dante. I mean, obviously, you can't take away... But we spent so much time with Leo in, like, Dante's route that it's just like, really? This is all? We don't even get, like, 5 minutes to talk to poor Leo? Anyway, doesn't matter. He's here. That's all that matters. Leo walked with us practically every day, but once every few days, he went to the Foul Zone Manor to report to Dante. Roger. Send my regards to Dante. So then, where should we go today? Today... I want to go to the Foul Zones with Leo. I want to stop by the church. I'm concerned about Krita. That's the right choice. I wonder if there have been any changes in Krita lately. Krita's shopping district drew many tourists. There were a few shops that accepted other currency besides lira. That's obviously the right choice. I mean, because I'm worried about Krita. This is your town, Gil. I'm worried about your town. Like, of course that's going to appeal to him more than, like, church! He's like, or like, I want to go to Dante. Dante! Oh, and he's like, oh. You're like, I'm worried about your town. You love me, don't you? Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm worried about your town. I hope the counterfeit money hasn't made a negative impact. Alright, got it. Let's go check in on Krita today. After we were done eating breakfast, we set out to see Krita. As usual, the streets were bustling. Another nice day today. Maybe I didn't need to be so concerned. There's nothing better than nothing bad happening. Since we're here, you want to have some gelato? That's fine, but... Just then I stopped. Say, Gil, do you hear something? I don't hear anything. I thought I just heard a child's voice. I looked around. I saw a little girl crouched on the side of the road, crying. I rushed over to her and knelt down to her eye level. Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? Crying, the girl shook her head. So you're not in pain? Did you come here alone, or are you with someone? The girl was trying her best to talk to me through great sobs, and I listened carefully. As I listened, I discovered she was shopping with her parents when she suddenly lost them. Hey, you guys! Have you seen this girl before? No, I haven't seen her. I don't recall seeing her often. Maybe she's not from around here. I'm Space. This is Gil. What's your name? I'm Sarah. Sarah, what a beautiful name. Sarah, do you know where you live? By the sea? You know what your house looks like? I think so. Gil kindly patted Sarah's head and gave her a confident smile. It'll be fine. I promise we'll find your parents. God damn it, kids should have fucking tags on them like dogs. At least when a dog gets lost, got a collar with an address and a phone number, and like, fucking kids need this shit. But oh, you can't put your kid on a leash, because that's what, but I'm just saying, kid wouldn't get lost if kid was on a leash. Put your dog on a leash, right? How dare you let your dog run out on the road? It got hit by a car. Well, kids are just as stupid as dogs. Kids can run out the street too. Just yank them back by the leash. They have the little toddlers. But people think that's so wrong. Well, it stops your kid from wandering away. I'm just saying. Like, kids are just like animals. They have not figured out the intelligence level yet to, like, not run out on the road. There's a point where they do, but there's a point when they're just as dumb as a normal, like, dog or cat. I'm just saying. Put them on a leash. Get a little tag on them that tells what the address. Why Spacey's not allowed to have children. Aside from don't want them, but should not be allowed to have them anyway. Okay. If Sarah's parents come looking for her, could you tell them we're taking her home? Oh, we can definitely do that. Anything for you, Gil. I'll be sure to tell the others too. The people of Krita agreed, and Gil thanked them with a smile. In the meantime, Sarah took the hands we offered her and slowly got up. So, Sarah, what flavor of gelato do you like? Huh? Chocolate or lemon? Orange and strawberry are good too. Chocolate? That's my favorite too. There's a gelato shop nearby. Why don't we stop by for a bit? She's like, I don't trust you. Yeah. Here you go. I offered the chocolate gelato to Sarah. She timidly accepted. It's tasty. As she took another taste of the gelato, she giggled. Oh, what a relief. She seems to have calmed down a bit. Oh, great. Gil's looking at us with that fucking eyes that's telling me he wants to put a baby in me. Don't even. Look, stop it. Get that look off your face. I don't fucking think so. It's not happening, motherfucker. I hate it when games do that to me. I hate it when games assume that just because I have a uterus, I want it to be occupied at some point in time. Gross. No. Nah. Stop it. They always do. You'd make a great mom. Ew! Hey, this love interest has a kid. Ew! Look, now you have a baby. Ew. Stop. I don't like it. You're ruining it. Don't look at me like that, Gil. Being nice to a crying child because her crying was grating on my nerves and I can't stand it. Why I'm gonna die alone. Because children crying grates on my nerves. Gil and I looked at one another and nodded, sighing with relief. That's not the look that's on his face right now. Gil's looking at you like, yeah, you be the mom to my kids. Anyway. What are you doing with the kid? She lost? Oh, Marco, buongiorno. We were just taking a stroll. It's nice to walk once in a while, wouldn't you say? And Marco's like, that doesn't explain why what are you doing with the kid? We're just on a stroll. What are you doing with a strange child? It's a nice day. The weather's good. Like, avoiding the question. Need a hand? I can take her to the station and we'll handle the rest. Marco and Gilbert sound too much. Right, anyway. No, we'll take her. It's alright. We'll take her back. You sure? If she's lost, then As Marco looked at Sarah, she swiftly hid behind me. Oh, come on. I don't look that scary, do I? She really likes you. Maybe it's because you always play with kids at the church. Feel like they can trust you. Really? Guess there's no place for me here. Marco scratched his head and gave a wry smile. I remember the voice we gave Marco when we first started, and then, like, I feel like in Gilbert's ride, he just sounds like fucking Gilbert. Like, I don't know. Look. If her parents come looking for her at the station, tell them that Sarah's safe. We're gonna go look for a place along the beach. If we're in the area, maybe we'll bump into her parents there. Got it. And I'm going back to the station. Marco laughed and turned his back toward us before walking off. But suddenly, he stopped. He lowered his voice and asked Gil. About the case. Have you heard anything? In a way. I see. He closed his eyes for a moment, thinking. He opened them again and continued. Sorry, Gilbert. In this case, it just seems fishy. I want to do what I can to help you. But a person at the bottom of the chain like me can't get much intel. Don't worry about it. If you lend us a hand, I'm sure it'll threaten your position too. What happens in the family will be handled by the family. That's how we do things. Silent, Marco smiled faintly. Marco's like, Gil's a good boy. He may be mafia, but he's a good boy. Dante's a good boy too! He just always, like, Gilbert, everybody loves. He walks out in town and everyone's like, yeah! And he's like the warm, friendly one's like, what up, guys? Like, chilling, hanging out, throwing back shots, like, whatever, you know. And Dante, everyone's like, oh, Dante looks like a bit. Don't talk to him. He's like, because he's a little frigid. You know. Dante is like a ball of fucking ice rolling down the street. And Gil is literally like the warm fucking sunshine. Like, there's nothing wrong with Dante. He's soft and squishy on the inside. He's just really cold on the outside. Is all I'm saying. And everyone's like, watch out for Nicola, because he's kind of shady and a bit of a whore. He's a shady whore. Well, we love our shady whore. I love my shady whore. But I'm just saying. They're like, he's suspicious. You're like, I don't trust you, but I love you. Oh, sexy. I can't help it, okay? I've just fallen over all the boys in this. And then just, obviously, Yang. The whole other fucking thing. Anyway. He then looked over at me. It was good to see you. You look well. I'm glad. Well, see you later. Marco's voice is all over the place. I don't even know what's happening. Just whatever. Yep. See you later, Marco. This time, Marco really left. I waved a hand at him as he walked off. We got closer to the beach as we looked for Sarah's parents. Every once in a while, we asked Sarah if she recognized the area. As we continued on our way, Sarah! Mama! A lady was running toward us. Sarah ran to her and leapt into her arms. Oh, Sarah, thank God! The woman called Sarah's name and held her tight. I was so glad she found her mother. Well, now that's a burden off our backs. I smiled with a sigh of relief, and Gil did as well. The lady looked up, noticing Gil. Her eyes grew wide. Oh, thank you so much, Senor Redford. I didn't do anything. Actually, Sarah here gave us a mighty fine tour in the area. Ah! A high-pitched screech cut off Gil's words. That was not a high-pitched screech, but... Ah! Neelix, I'm gonna need you to scream for me. Oh, now you're not going to? Whatever, that's a high-pitched scream, but... We turned toward the commotion. There was a man yelling and swinging his knife around erratically.
Money! Give me money! I need caramella!
What? What is it?
Sarah's mother turned her body, shielding Sarah from view. I've seen that man before.
Damn it!
The man slammed the door shut and let out a grunt of frustration as he stormed off. He's not from the Visconti, is he? Is he? I feel like is he? I came out like wet, breathy whisper. Oh, I wonder what happened. Is that the same man who came out of Gil's office?
It must be the withdrawals. He looks like he's gone out of his mind.
Gil took a few steps forward. But with the man swinging his knife around, it wasn't easy to close the distance.
Whoa! Gilbert, hi.
Point a gun at me like that. It's sexy. Raising his gun, Gil took a shot that pierced right through the man's leg.
I mean, okay, that's one way to deal with the problem.
The man cried out, rolling onto the floor.
Damn it! Who did it? Who shot me?
Perhaps he'd been brought back to sobriety by the pain, but when the man realized it was Gil, his eyes went wide.
Gilbert Redford, what are you doing here? Damn it! If you had hired me, I would have been... This wouldn't have been...
Or this wouldn't have, sorry.
Not to sound full of myself, but I'm good at seeing through people. I don't need an addict as part of my family. I told you so back then, too.
What, like a week ago? Actually, it was probably a week or two ago, so back then does work here.
Not like back then.
I mean, like a couple hours ago?
Damn it!
It's been at least a week or two. Dragging himself onto his feet, the man grasped his knife and went to charge at Gil with a limp leg. Once again, Gil shot his gun and blasted the man's knife away. He's a good shot.
Grr! Damn!
He seemed to lose the will to fight and sat back down on the ground.
What's going on here? Who fired that gun?
Roberto? Following the commotion, Roberto appeared with several policemen. I just guessed, but... He's like, shocked to see you. Glaring eyes at Gilbert. Like, Roberto saw Gil holding a gun and his brow furrowed angrily.
I mean, standing there holding a gun after you just shot someone and has been arrested and you're a suspect, and it's probably not a good idea, but,
you know, different place, different time.
That man was gonna hurt someone, so Gil came and stopped him.
Roberto's like, I don't listen to children, slaps her. We don't hit kids, Roberto. Jesus.
Fucking wrong with you. There's something fucking wrong with you. Hearing Sarah, Roberto fell silent for a moment, then gave orders to the officer next to him. The officer arrested the man on the floor and swiftly left the area. After watching them leave, Roberto turned to Gil and spoke begrudgingly. I must thank you for protecting the civilians, though I can't say I enjoy thanking the Mafia.
No need to be so formal. We're on the same team, aren't we?
Fucking Gil. Gil's like, let's hug, and Roberto's like, don't fucking touch me.
The same... You and I both live in this town. We live to protect it. Sometimes I come to the rescue and other times you do, wouldn't you say?
Damn it, Marco.
Huh?
Roberto looked very stern for a while, but suddenly spoke. You're from America, aren't you? Hey! God, the way you say that's so bitchy.
Yeah, Chicago. Why do you ask?
Oh, that explains a lot. Chicago in the 20s. I'm just saying! Most of your business partners must be American. Do you mainly use the dollar for trade?
Ah, that explains what... You know what?
I'm Italian, but he was born in America. You know what I mean? He said that earlier, and I just didn't like really occur. Like, oh, but then you were from Chicago, and you do a. You know what? This makes sense why they targeted Gil, because it would seem logical. I get it. Anyway,
Yeah, that's right.
and this is just me talking to myself. Roberto looked away from Gil and continued with a serious expression. If there were a culprit other than you, I'm certain they'd think you were in their way. In order to distribute the counterfeits quickly, they'd need to have a large deal. For example, a deal so big that the Mafia would be in charge of it. The quality of the counterfeits circulating now is high. Even after the truth comes to light, they'd still walk away with considerable profit. After defeating the Visconti and securing their deal, they'd once again distribute the counterfeit bills when the coast is clear. And that's the way the criminals think. You know what, Roberto? Do you know something? Because are you just that smart, or do you know something? I mean, who knows? He went psycho and, like, assaulted us. I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it past him. Roberto, you... I told you I'm just talking to myself. I have nothing to tell the Mafia. He spoke with finality, then glanced over at me. There's nothing to be gained by staying with him. I suggest you hurry and cut ties while you're ahead. We'll provide you protection anytime. So if something happens, come to the station immediately. With that, he swiftly turned around and left with the remaining policemen. At least he didn't try to drag me off like I feel like he would have. Well, you know what, when we're with Nicola, it's like, that enrages everybody. Again, I get it, because Nicola's fucking shady, and they're like, no! When you go with Yang, they're like, there's no hope for you. With Dante and Gilbert, they're like, I don't like this, and you're with the Mafia, and I don't trust them. But, I mean, they're not bad. And then you go with Nicola, and it's like, no! He is shady! He's shady for the Mafia! And then when you go with Yang, again, all hope is lost. It's like, oh, well, fuck, she's doomed. She's fucking Yang, doomed! And when you're with a Warlock, nobody gives a shit, because nobody knows who a Warlock is, so, like Roberto and the police. They're like, whatever, who? Who's some random guy in town? Good for you, girl! Like... Anyway. Grazie, Roberto. Gil spoke the words to Roberto's back. Roberto reacted faintly for a second, but didn't turn around, and instead continued to walk off. We were on our way home. As we approached the Visconti Manor, the clouds merged and rain began to fall from the skies. We ran under the eaves of a nearby house and looked up at the gray sky. This is the time we kiss in the rain where we're soaking wet. It'll be beautiful. It's not going to happen, but I need a soaking wet Gilbert CG. Wait! Is this going to be where we see you shirtless? I'm sorry. We saw Dante coming out of the shower. We got Nicola in bed, though. I'm just saying. We've always... And, well, we had a shirtless Sprite, a fucking Yang. He was just always walking around half naked, so... Whatevs. But I'm just saying, we've seen them all, and I'm just saying... I forgot about that. But here we are, and dripping wet and topless would be perfect. If we could go there, that'd be great. You're welcome, I'm not sorry for asking. Anyway, that came out of nowhere. Let's stand her here a while. Someone will notice and send a car over. Maybe it'll clear up quickly. I think it's just a shower. You may be right. Are you cold? You look drenched. No, you shielded me from most of it. I'm sure this will dry out soon. The rain was quite strong. It pounded against the stone floor with a heavy sound. I loved the sound that it's making. Like, the sound effects. Like, I hope you can hear them. I don't know how loud the background is. It just sounds... Oh, I could listen to this for days. An hour later. Okay, so that was the part. It's just us listening to the rain on the... I love the sound of rain, and I love thunderstorms. And I have white noise, like... app on my phone that's just thunderstorms, and I just listen to it to fall asleep. But I love this sound, just the rain, the sound on the tile. This is so good. I love it. You just need a little rumble of thunder in there. Anyway. Engulfed by this seemingly endless rain, I suddenly had a strange feeling. It feels like we've been cut off from the rest of the world. Grasp onto him tightly and kiss him, Spacey. What? Hey, Space, you have a minute? Sure, what is it? I haven't had the opportunity to give this to you. He took something out of his pocket. It was a small velvet box. Oh my god, you're proposing already? That's so sweet. You know, it's not. What is this? Oh, pretty. He opened it to reveal sparkling red gems. They were pretty antique earrings. Oh! Token of my appreciation. Please accept it. Oh my god, he got us a present. I love him so much. Dante never gave us a present. Dante gave us a present in Orlok's bad ending, but it was not a good one, okay? Dante, that's not how we do things. But, huh? Wait, but I haven't done anything to deserve thanks. I can't accept something so expensive. Gil's always taken care of me. I'm the one who needs to thank him. He's so romantic, I'm gonna melt.
Anyway, no. Remember back at the casino, you put all your trust in me? You put yourself at risk. If you hadn't been there, the bet wouldn't have happened to begin with. And I wouldn't have been able to follow that thread through to the currency union, right?
Gil squinted mischievously and spoke in a quiet tone, sweeter than usual. I can't do that, though, with his voice. I'm sorry.
I'm not exaggerating. You were pretty impressive back there. I mean it.
I can sort of do it, but not perfectly, but anyway.
So, I want you to accept this.
Gil, now kiss him, goddammit! It felt rude to reject his gratitude, so after thinking for a moment, I nodded.
Then, I'll put them on you. Don't move, okay?
Ah! Oh my god, look how close his face is to us! Oh dear god. He's like, I have one good eye, and it's not the best. I have to get really close. Oh! I didn't think I would love Gilbert this much. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was gonna love him this fucking much. But I'm melting like a hot stick of butter over here. Like, I'm just...
I bought this the day after, but we've been so busy since then.
You got this for me that long ago?
Oh my god, look how close he is to my goddamn face!
Gil's face was so close. I know, right? Kiss him. I felt my heart pounding as I recalled the past few days. It's true we've been busy lately, but we've seen each other every day.
Well, I guess. We didn't have much time to talk, just the two of us, you know? After some time passed, bringing it up seemed out of place, so I kept it in my pocket all this time.
I never expected you to be like that.
I'm just another man, after all. Being a mafia boss means nothing. Damn it, I can't get these on well.
Seemed like Gil was having trouble. He's like, how often do you think I put earrings in, aside from the ones that I'm wearing? But like, not dangly pretty ones on a girl, it's different. As he struggled with the clasp, his fingers tickled my ears. I felt my heart pounding and I began to feel restless. Especially because his earrings are real and yours are like clip-ons. I didn't know where to set my gaze, stare into his eye. Say, Gil, can I ask you something?
Hmm?
Your eye is always hidden. Is it... I said that much and stopped myself. I mean, it's like, kind of like her at, like, what happened is better. Your eye's always hidden. Like, do you actually have one? He's like, instead of, like, that's the weirdest question. Instead of being like, so, what happened to your eye? You know what I mean? Like, that's where she's going with it, but it's just phrased weird. But I was simply curious, but suddenly realized he may not want to talk about it. I regretted being so thoughtless. I couldn't exactly change the subject and fell silent. I swear to God, if he's got like an Enomoto fucking reason, is like, nah, I just think it looks cool. I'm gonna be like, you fucking nerd. But then, by then, Gil had finished putting the earrings on me. Thank you, Gil.
No, I'm the one who's thankful. Do you like it?
Yes, I'm very happy. I'll take good care of them. I smiled, and Gil seemed to be happy as well.
Oh, and about my eye.
Well, okay, I don't know what it's going to say for the game, but I do know in the 2021 calendar that I'm really sad and I really want. Gil doesn't have his eye patch on, I'm just saying. So, at least not on the cover, so. Oh, okay, we're dead silent, he's dead silent, what's going on?
It's not an interesting story, okay? I just always had a bad left eye. Seeing with both eyes was tiring, and because I couldn't focus, I couldn't use my gun either. But my right eye's better than the average person's, so it's easier to see with one eye.
That is so random. Okay. He's like, no, my eye's fine, it's just easier this way. Okay. I see. That isn't... I like that, because it's like, no, I can see. I actually have two eyes, so I can take this off later and you can see my gloriousness. Like, they never commit to the eye patch. Like, anytime you've had an iPad with Enomoto, it's like, no, I just think it's cool. And, like, fucking him, it's like, oh, this eye's not that great, so, like, it's easier for me to shoot with one eye. Instead of just, like, closing my eye and shooting, you know what I mean? It's just easier to... Like, I function better with no depth perception, honestly, which is weird. But okay. Instead of being like, it was like, I was attacked by raging seagulls. Give them the french fries if they come after you. And like you know what I mean? I'm hiding that I have heterochromia. Like, Orlok had the heterochromia, so you knew it wasn't going to be Gil. But it's like, I'm just hiding it because I don't want people to think I'm a freak or something weird like that. You know what I mean? Like, their eyes always work. They're always there. It's never like, no, I actually don't have an eye. Like, it's glass. Like, you have a headless love interest in Cafe Enchanté. I'm just saying. But the game is like, we can't go there. If he's got a head, it's got to be pretty. Anyway. I see. I nodded and Gil continued. Supposedly creatures use both eyes to grasp distance. That's something that's beyond me. Bullshit! There's no way you've got depth perception in one eye. Or I guess maybe if you're used to it, then it's just perfectly... You get used to it after a while, I guess. But for guns, if the aim's accurate, it'll hit. Distance doesn't matter. Maybe that's why I like guns. Feel like they suit me. He stopped talking, then looked at the glittering red earrings. I'm no good at intricate work like this. Using only exact power I need. Well, I guess that's more a personality thing. Gil spoke jokingly, and I couldn't help but laugh. That's kinda cute! You must be a hard worker. I want to say that's kinda cute! I guess he wouldn't like that. You must be a hard worker, Gil. Hard worker? Why do you say that? Even with your left eye hidden, you're very powerful. You don't let it hold you back. Although it was a hindrance, he still lived his daily life like any other person. I think it's because you've been working so hard all these years. Thank you for telling me about your eye. I'm glad you shared it with me. If you were gonna thank me for just opening up, I should have told you a lot sooner, huh? Was it okay for me to ask? Yeah, I mean, it's between you and me, right? I wasn't sure why, but that statement made me a bit happy. You've gone quiet. What's the matter? Did I say something weird? Look at him! I love the fact that he's like, oh, shit, did I? No, not at all. I wanted to know more about you, but I was worried that by asking I would offend you. So when you told me it was okay for me to ask, it made me feel really happy. I smiled shyly, and Gil was looking at me with his eyes a bit squinted. His eye, a bit squinted, game. Then, would you listen to one last story? Yes. The reason my left eye is weak is because of an injury I had as a kid. Injury? Oh my god, I got attacked by seagulls. Kicked by a donkey? Like, I was born in America. My father was a low-level guy in the Chicago Mafia. I told you when they said Chicago, fitting. He was a scumbag and a drunk. Whenever he'd have too much to drink, he'd take it out on my mother. Oh, no! You were defending your mom and you got beaten instead? This is like when poor baby Dante's dad died, you were like, poor baby Dante! Or his mom, actually, because he was like an adult when his dad died. But it was like, when his mom died, you're like, look at little poor baby Dante! And now we're like, poor baby Gil! Yeah, that's such tragic backstories. He hated how I always protected her. So one day, he hit me with a bottle and it broke. And a piece went into my eye. Ah! Oh my god! Ow! In the end, my vision deteriorated and never came back. Even now, I can only see light. Gil bit his lip with an expression that wasn't like him, then smiled faintly. Shortly after my dad died, I moved with her back to her hometown. This town. By then, the people who weren't fond of the foul zone and their policy of being pure-blooded had already led to the Visconti. So they'd already built the foundation to welcome outsiders. All I had to do was work my way up from there. Aww, he looks so proud of himself. He's so cute. I love our boy so much. This game is amazing. I love it so much. Gil was always bright and always smiling. People in town loved his easygoing nature. But the Gil I saw now, I've never seen Gil like this before. There were shadows in the depths of his eyes, and as he gave a melancholy smile, I felt my heart ache. That makes more sense. Thank you. Gil, I'm sorry. I should apologize. Sorry for all of that. I was being selfish. I knew it would only trouble you, but I wanted you to hear it. Doesn't trouble me. It makes me hurt for you, and I just want to hold you and protect you. clings to him. We're only like not even to his shoulder. It's okay, I'll hold you. And he's like, I'm bigger than you. Still, sometimes the big ones hurt the hardest. My vision of him blurred as he looked at me. He whispered as if telling me a secret.
I've never told anyone that story before, not even those closest to me. Do you know why I told you?
'Cause you love me? His whisper made my heart tremble, and I couldn't take my eyes off of him. I saw a fire burning in his eye, and a heat that I didn't know. Ah! A fire burning in his eye! Thank you, Gabe. Singular. We stared at one another wordlessly for how long, I didn't know. Before I knew it, the rain had stopped. Do you know why I told you? Waits for answer. Never gets it. Never gets it! Do you know why I told you that story? Still waiting! So, you've returned. We'd returned to the manor and Oliver welcomed us, looking grim. He's like, you're all wet. God, gross. Have you discovered anything new? Yes, Roberto, the officer, was able to give us some information. Gil and I summed up what we discussed with Roberto before. Have you learned of any news, Oliver? He nodded lightly and looked toward Gil. Gilbert, do you remember the deal right before you were arrested?
Of course, it was a big one. I'd never forget it.
Is it that incident, the one we discussed the night after I came to the Visconti? That one. Right after the deal, the other party, Loe, was arrested in Rome. And supposedly they searched his trunk to find stacks of counterfeit money inside. Then the military police charged Gil just because he made a deal with him? Right. It seemed they followed the chain backwards.
Malloy can't be the culprit. He's just a patsy, huh?
I like how they're using fucking mafia fucking ye olde
Patsy! He's a patsy! Let's go whack him!
Nobody said that anybody's gonna get whacked. Though, it's my only... I agree. He was a disposable pawn. Gil looked down, deep in thought, then sighed.
We checked his background before the deal. There was nothing suspicious. You know that.
That's true. He wasn't connected to any known criminal organizations. However, I looked into him once more, down to his personal affairs, and there was something I discovered. This man seemed to have a gambling addiction. He's lost a considerable amount of money. I looked into every casino he visited, too. And of course, among them was... Dun dun dun! Wait for it! Wait for it! I can't believe it. There's no way they're going to say, our casino? Direttore is involved? Look, we've known this for the fucking... Come on! Come on! I said the casino... Look. We know what I said. The casino here in Berlin. What? Shock music. Oh, look, she's shocked. Come on. She's shocked, but I saw this plot coming. Somebody's laundering money. The casino seems like a good place, and I'm just saying Direttore is on the cover. We know he's a secret route, and he's got a... I'm just saying he's puppet master and some kind of shit going on. And come on. You did it on purpose, Marco.
What are you talking about?
I was uncertain what you wanted when you told me to patrol along the beachside. But you wanted me to bump into Gilbert Redford, didn't you?
Oh! You bumped into him?
By coincidence, an addict was causing trouble and Redford was subduing him. So after making the arrest, I thanked him on behalf of the police. For once.
I see. That sounds like Gilbert.
Marco, when I asked why you were trying so hard to investigate for him, you told me. You said you'll understand someday. Back then I wondered why you'd go to the trouble. I think now I understand a little. But only a little.
I see. Well, that is good news.
Interesting.
As if we needed another reason to suspect the casino.
Gil spoke with a fearless grin on his face. There was ambition in his eye. There were ambition in his eyes. There was ambition in his eye. Singular, thank you. Damn, Chapter 5 went fast. Alright, well, I mean, that's fine, because To tell the truth. To tell the truth. Anyway. I mean, there's only 2 choices in this chapter, so... this will probably be done in like 5 minutes. We'll be done with this. I don't know. I spent the day vaguely absorbed in thought, doing nothing in particular. I couldn't help but remember that day. Chapter 8 will probably be like 6 hours, so...
I was being selfish. I knew it would only trouble you, but I wanted you to hear it. I've never told anyone that story before, not even those closest to me. Do you know why I told you?
And then he never told since that day. It's been like 6 years, and I still don't know the answer to that. I've been feeling this way for a while now. I know I'm acting strange, but whenever I'm alone, I keep thinking about Gil. Oh, girl. What's more, I wasn't able to act the same way I used to around him anymore. I was sitting at the breakfast table.
Hey, Space. About Krita. Did anything catch your eye when we visited yesterday?
Huh? Oh, yes! I did feel like there was something strange, but it was normal. Oh, what do you think, Oliver? Did you notice anything different?
No, not exactly.
And thanks to someone walking around outside every day, I have a great deal of paperwork to tend to. Even though I'm spread thin as it is with the trial, I haven't been outside for 3 days. Oh, I see. I haven't been outside. That's not true. I go outside every day just to go for walks. But most of the time, I don't go outside. So, like, look, Oliver, it's fine. You and me, we could be hermits together. You and me, baby, we'll be hermits together. Had I stepped on a landmine? I couldn't help but react awkwardly to Oliver's response. Oliver's like, the only thing that's strange here is you. I reached out for my glass, hoping a sip of water would calm me down. We knock it over, don't we? Oh no, I could barely look Gil in the eye. She said I. Sometimes that's the phrase, but I'm just saying.
What's the matter? Do you feel sick?
No, I feel fine. I must be still half asleep.
Maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard. Are you in love with someone? You're acting really weird. Shut up, Leo! Just kidding. You've been out and about every day lately. Why don't you rest inside today?
In response, I want to go out. No, I want to go out. We don't have much time before the trial. We have to resolve the case as soon as possible.
Are you that worried about me?
What? No! Awkward laughter. Gil cocked his head and I felt my heart jump. I looked down but spoke honestly. Yes, I mean, if you were arrested, I'd be very sad.
Oh, look at him smirking at us. He's like, yeah.
I felt like Gil smiled a little. I wanted to see his face, but I couldn't muster the courage to look at him.
You arrested the manor today. I'll go check on Krita on my own.
Okay. Although I felt bad, I nodded at Gil's concern. After the meal, I went to wash the dishes. Just then I heard Gil calling out to me in a troubled voice.
I always tell you you're my guest. You don't have to do that.
But it's the least I can do to help. You've taken such good care of me. I answered with gratitude, although I still couldn't look him in the eye. Just then... I suddenly slipped on a napkin that had been dropped on the floor. I thought he just grabbed us for no reason.
Whoa!
I lost my balance and was about to fall when Gil grabbed me. Oh. The moment I realized Gil's face was so close to mine, I couldn't speak. Oh my god, just fucking kiss me already? Because the only thing that's going to stop me from acting a fool. I could feel the warmth from his arm around me, and my heart pounded in my chest.
Or he knows, and he's like,
teasing you. That sounds like something Nicola would do, but probably also you.
Are you okay, Space?
Yes, thank you. He knew I was a bit shaken and gave me a warm smile to calm me down.
Is your leg alright? Did you hurt it?
I'm fine. I'm not hurt anywhere. I was so embarrassed in the position we were in and struggled to separate from him immediately. However, Gil had a tight grip on me and wouldn't let me go.
Are you sure? And don't overdo it. You don't seem in good shape today.
I'm really fine. I felt my cheeks burning at the sound of his voice in my ear. You can let me go now, Gil. He's doing it on purpose. He's so doing it on purpose. My voice came out slightly rattled, and Gil sighed next to my ear as if he understood.
Right. Well, I guess I can't hold on to you forever, unfortunately. I love that. I can't hold on to you forever, unfortunately. Wait, what? He whispered in a voice that only I could hear, and my heart pounded even faster. He can feel it. He can feel it through my spine. Finally, he loosened his hold on me, and I took a step back, sighing with relief. Gil's eye was gentle, yet I saw a heat in his gaze as he looked at me. I didn't have a choice just now. Forgive me. But from now on, I'll try my best not to touch a lady out of the blue. Gilbert, do you have a moment? I need to ask you something about the jury. Yeah, coming. Gil answered Oliver and walked back toward the lounge. I was grateful to Gil, but when he was so close, I felt as though I was losing my mind. But from now on, I'll try my best not to touch a lady out of the blue. Touch me all you want, goddammit. What? Nothing. I said it. Shut up. For some reason, I felt a pain in my heart. Am I sad about that? Gil's smile wouldn't leave my mind. I couldn't behave normally around him, but the thought of him distancing himself from now on made me feel lonely. I returned to my room with my heart still aching. I have nothing to do. Thanks to Gil's consideration, I had today off, but with all this freedom, I had nothing to do. Although I wanted to rest, I didn't feel sleepy, probably because I wasn't sick. I wonder where Gil is right now. Could he be near Nina's shop? Oh! Once again, I let my guard down a little and thoughts of Gil flooded my mind. In an effort to take my mind off of him, I decided to spend some time reading a book. In this book, it's a romance novel, and I imagined Gil in the hero's position. I imagined it was me and Gil, instead of Fabio on the cover. The book that Oliver lent to me the other day was interesting, and before I knew it, I was completely absorbed. I was surprised when I looked up and checked the time. What? It's past noon already? I wasn't very hungry, but I did feel a bit thirsty. It's a little cold today, so maybe I can make a cafe latte. I left my room with that thought in mind. After preparing it in the kitchen, I took it with me to the lounge. How rare. No one's around. I didn't see Leo either. His job was to guard me, so he should be somewhere in the manor, but perhaps he was just out. Oh, but perhaps he was out, sorry. And Gil's not home yet either? A part of me felt relieved, not having to face him, but suddenly I felt really lonely. Why am I feeling like this? I already knew. I think I gripped the mug tightly. I'm so selfish. They like pop out from behind the sofa. I just pop out and scare the crap out of my bird. I let out a sigh and sat down on the sofa. As I drank, I felt warmth spread throughout my body and melt away my tension. It's cold outside, so once Gil comes back, maybe I can make him something hot to drink. Maybe it's because I finally understood my true feelings after being confused so long. Literally all day. I've been confused all day. It's so long. She's like way better at figuring her shit out than I am, as I'm all I'm saying. With my body warm and my mind at ease, a peaceful drowsiness came over me. Oh, we're gonna nap. No, I can't sleep here. I need to return to my room. Sometimes you just have to fucking sleep while you're driving. I'm just kidding. Sometimes you're sitting there like, I'm total. Sleep just happens. My God, it's the worst when you're like in a freezing cold conference room. I feel like they do that at work. They're like, the conference rooms are freezing cold so that I get hypothermia and pass out, because that's what you're doing to me. Like, I'm sitting in there and I'm so cold and I'm like, my eyes are closing and you're like, and it must look crazy because you like go to blink, but it's been like an hour. Like you can't open your eye. You ever had that? You're like, I'm gonna blink, but you have to like open your eyes. It's like it's a forcing yourself, because otherwise you just close your eyes and they're never gonna open, and then you're like, it is like a struggle to like open one eye and then the other, and you must look crazy. You're like, no one knows, but you have to believe that somebody looks at you and sees you like struggling, like opening one eye and then the other, and like opening your eyes as wide as possible and like blink one eye and then the other, because if you blink both eyes at the same time, your eyelids are not coming back up. The struggle is fucking me.
Or God, it's worse when you're doing that when you're driving. Because I could be sitting in the front, anywhere in a car. I'm sitting in the front seat. Yeah, we're on a car trip. It's kind of dark. Out like a fucking light. And my parents did never, as far as I know, when I was like whining as a kid, didn't like throw her in the backseat of the car. She'll be fine. But motherfucker, can I sleep in a car? And it's so bad if it's dark and you're like, it's night and you're like, you're driving. You're like, oh, this isn't good. Driving in a car puts me to sleep, but I'm the one driving. This is not gonna. And then you have those moments where you're like, okay, blink one eye at a time. Let's stop at a rest stop and walk around. Oh, God. Anyway, I need to return to my room. For the past few days, I've been thinking of Gil so much that I could hardly sleep. And she passed out on the couch. I was struggling to fight off my drowsiness. Just for a minute, I somehow managed to place my mug on the table. And I slowly closed my eyes. The end. Oh, it's Gilbert.
There was nothing different about Krita. The people were walking around, energetic, bright, and full of smiles. Relieved, I returned to the manor and headed to the lounge as usual. I looked around the empty lounge and remembered. Come to think of it, Oliver asked my men to take care of some things. When my eyes reached the sofa, I was suddenly startled. For some reason, Space was lying across it. Wait, was she really feeling sick? I thought she was... I quietly went over to the sofa and spoke.
Quietly went over to the sofa, leads down.
Space, are you okay?
Just kidding.
Space, are you okay? Space was sleeping peacefully. What? Is she just sleeping?
Yeah, I'm not dead, thanks.
She didn't seem to have fainted or anything. After my initial relief, I couldn't help feel a little irritated. Really? You shouldn't be sleeping here. God knows who'll walk in. I got down on my knees and peered into her peaceful face.
Oh my God, I am going to wake up to that. Wait, I don't want a CG of me. I want a CG. Okay. I was like, I don't want a CG of me. I want Gilbert in the fucking CG. Okay. This is better. They know how to give him all the angles. Because if they did it the other side, you wouldn't see his eye. So, hello.
He looks so good in all his CGs. The sunlight peered in through the window, and her golden hair glowed like sweet honey.
Oh, he's totally in love with us. I mean, we knew, but come on.
Mm-hmm. She moved ever so slightly, and her hair fell over her cheeks.
Oh my God, look at him touching her hair. Oh my God, his hands are beautiful too.
Before I knew it, I found myself touching her hair. I can't help it. I recalled how Space was acting in the morning. She was trying so hard to act like her usual self, and I thought it was adorable. On the other hand, it was bittersweet, and I felt like I was suffocating. I thought I had a pretty thick skin when it came to love, but seeing her innocent, sleeping face, I sighed. I'm sorry. I don't think I can last much longer.
Oh, that's okay. Take me now. What? Nothing.
But seriously, take me now. Hurry up and wake up, Space. I whispered in a hoarse voice. I was praying for her to wake up, but continued to watch her sleep until then. It wasn't easy to do, and I couldn't get myself to walk away. There was no way I'd let anyone else see her sleeping like this. And eventually, she woke up, and noticing me beside her, she panicked, turning bright red.
He's just sitting on the couch staring at you. Sitting on the table. Poke, poke. Poke, poke. I've been poking you for an hour. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I was really happy to see that no one else was able to see her sleeping face.
So frickin' cute. Oh, we still have some time. It was extremely cold in the morning, and I sensed that winter was one step closer. I woke up and opened the window in my room to let the crisp air in. As I got ready, I thought about the incident. It's been almost 2 months since Gil was arrested. Little by little, I could feel that we were getting closer to the true culprit, but it's so cute that it's, like, been 2 months, so it's not like, it's been, like, 2 days, it's like, I mean, like, you've been hanging around this person every single day for 2 months. Like, okay. But we were still unable to see the full picture. The church gave us 3 months. We don't have much time left. Not only that, Gil's trial was before then. Considering how little time we had left, I couldn't help but feel a sense of panic. What if we don't make it in time? Then you'll have to marry Dante. Gil's bad ending. He goes to jail. I shook my head to shake off the anxiety, deciding to leave the room to clear my head. Oh! When I got to the hallway, I saw Gil. My eyes grew wide at the unexpected encounter. Gil looked surprised for a second, but then immediately smiled with a warm
Buongiorno. Let's make today another good one.
Yes. All I did was respond, but that alone made me happy. Hearing Gil's voice made all my worries fade away.
Oh, boss! And miss, can I have a moment?
Huh?
Some dirty kid approached me outside asking if a woman from the church was here. Do you know who he could be? He told me to tell either the woman or Gil.
Could it be... Luca? Luca!
Oh, hey. I came to sell you some information today. It's Strano's...
Bird?
I needed you to scream before, not now. So no, bad. You screamed before. You're normally so good. I had to scream at you so many times, but oh hi, what's your little bird friend doing out? Is that what you're screaming? He's fine, he's playing all by himself. He's talking to his other bird friend in the mirror. What you doing? Why you shrieking? Dude's being a bad boy for the past couple of days.
It's because I put nail polish on, so you're kind of nasty. He doesn't like nail polish. Normally, he just kind of chews it off of you, but like, you go in to try to get him out of his cage, and he bit me so freaking hard one day. I ripped my hand out of the cage. The bird came flying out of the fucking cage. I was like, because he was still attached to me. Left a dent.
Yeah, you know, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about what jerk you are. You're a jerk. I love you. You're so cute. You're so cute.
We had to, like, put our hand in our sleeve. Because, like, otherwise he won't come out. Like, he won't come out of his cage. He wants you to, like... He sits there. You open the door in the morning. He sits there ringing his bell, like, let me out of the jail cell. And you're like, the door's fucking open, but I can't come in and get you.
Don't yell at me. It's your own fault.
Stop. What are you doing? Why are you being a dick? Anyway. Seeing Luca for the first time in a while, it was clear at first glance that he'd gotten very pale. We don't have time to talk about you and your problems. Wait, Luca, you don't look so good. See, your hands are so cold. I couldn't help but take his hands in mine.
Huh? Nah, this is normal.
Just come inside. We'll talk then.
Huh? Hey, are you sure someone like me could go inside?
Of course. Besides, I won this place fair and square. I say you can come in.
What? I don't want to... I mean, a building this big, I won't feel comfortable.
Hurry up. And Krita, my orders are final.
Gil put his arms around Luca's shoulders and forced him to go inside. I wonder if he's okay. I swiftly followed after them. Luca seemed restless, looking around the room as if everything were a rare sight. Luca, if you can, eat a little. I offered him hot lemonade with honey and almond biscotti. Hot lemonade. Hot lemonade. Huh. What a novel idea. You're like, that's like hot iced tea. Hot iced tea is just tea. But like, hot lemonade. Well, what? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Thanks.
Luca timidly nodded and slowly sipped the lemonade. I watched him for a little while. I noticed that Luca wasn't touching the snack I had given him. I wonder if he dislikes nuts.
So, about what I was saying.
Right. Give it to me, Luca.
Remember how I told you there were more grown-ups with money in Strano?
Yes, I remember. I remembered it well. It was the day that Luca found the invitation with the $10 bill.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like business is good lately. Lots of people in Strano have money now. But when you have something good, no one wants to tell everyone, you know? That's why no one tells you how they make it. Well, I'm gonna go make my own money then. They started to look like they all had even more money. Must have been one hell of a gig. Then I wondered what kind of jobs they had, so I followed them. You know there's a factory outside of Strano?
A factory? Yeah, that's right, there is. One in the forest?
There's a factory in the forest? That sounds weird.
And it's been abandoned for a while. And these days on account of wolves, just going near it's risky.
I thought so too, but all the adults were walking in there. I couldn't get in close enough to see what was inside, so I just walked around it. Then I found this in the back near the furnace.
This is... What Luca showed us was a $10 bill that was half burnt. Looking closely, you could see the print slightly faded.
Last time you guys saw that $10 bill, your faces changed, so I figured it might have something to do with that.
Well done, Luca.
Gil smiled widely and patted Luca on the head, then turned to give orders to his men.
Hey, go look in the old factory outside Strano. Got it, boss!
His men began to move quickly. Things seemed to be taking a huge turn, and I felt my heart leap. Just then... Oh, dear God, he is not gonna die in this one! Screw you! No! Look, I tolerated that bullshit because, like, I don't know, it's like a lesson for Orlok or something, but you are not gonna kill this poor kid. Oh my God, we're gonna adopt him. For real this time, aren't we? I said that in Orlok, right? We're like, we adopted him, like, Orlok and I have a son now, and then he died on us, and that was tragic, and that was cruel, and I don't like it. But, like, okay, so wait. Gilbert and I are gonna adopt him? Really? Okay, that's fine, but don't kill him on me this time, game. Luca collapsed onto the floor, and I rushed to get him up. You broke my glass. I'm just kidding. It seemed like his cold had suddenly turned into a fever, and this is what killed him the last time. He's burning up. Gil, please, call for a doctor immediately.
Got it. Gil's like, yeah, no, throw him outside. I got the information I need. I'm just kidding.
Luca was sleeping, but his rest was disturbed by painful coughs from time to time. Gil called for a doctor to examine Luca, but the doctor said there was a high chance it was malaria. What? Malaria? A highly infectious disease that's widespread across tropical and subtropical regions. Fevers from malaria lower relatively quickly, but are often followed by continued and intermittent rising fevers. He's gonna fucking die! His fever would rise and fall in the coming days, and recovery was dependent on whether he had enough strength to make it through. Luca. Before I knew it, the sun had set. I feel like that's very poignant right there. Before I knew it, the sun had set on Luca once again. Like, I looked out the window and squeezed the wet towel before wiping Luca's brow. He's gonna fucking die again. This kid's gonna fucking die again. What does this game have? Look, I don't like children, but like, this poor kid did nothing wrong. Ever. Luca, are you awake? Are you okay? Are you in any pain? Luca nodded slightly. Seeing him react, I felt a little relieved and breathed a sigh.
Hey, you like him, don't you?
What?
I'm right, aren't I? I figured as much. Earlier when he seemed happy, you were happy too. You should hurry up and tell him.
I poured a pitcher of water into a glass. I'm really good at fake coughing. That's about all I can manage. I made him drink it slowly, and Luca's cough calmed down a little.
It did a lot. There's a lot I wanted to say and didn't. There's so much.
Luca? Luca continued on painfully, and before I knew it, I was gripping his hand.
If I die, I want you to give the money I just made today to my mother. Can you take it to her?
Luca didn't have a mom, though, in the other one. Like,
she's really useless trash, but even so, she's my family. Tell Gil.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so we're not going to adopt him. He's just going to die here. Great. Thanks a lot, game. Well, but don't worry, Luca. You're going to get better.
I sure hope so.
I stroked Luca's hair. After a little while, Luca seemed to feel at ease and fell back asleep. Come in. We should have stopped, I guess, when we put Luca in the bed. I just figured only be a few minutes, but...
It's me. How's Luca? Has he slept?
He seems to be in pain, but I think he'll be fine. The medicine seems to be working.
What about his fever?
It went down just a little. I'm so glad Luca came today. The doctor said that if he was any later, he may not have made it.
I'm sure Luca will be fine. When he's all better, let's give him as much good food as he can eat.
Yes.
It's almost time for the meeting. What do you want to do? Stay with Luca?
Gil was being considerate of my feelings, and after a moment of thought, I spoke. No, I'm coming along. There's not much I can do for Luca here. I'm really worried about him, but I have to focus on what I can do.
I see. You sure are strong.
Okay, this is a perfect place to end it. All right. At least we don't have to watch Luca die in this part. My good lord. Anyway, so yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.